Welcome to the final part of Sonic Adventure 2. God, it sucks. No more Sonic for a while.
I almost thought I clicked on the wrong part. It was on part 1 because you started at the menu.
Well, I go back to the menu in between stories so I can show myself selecting the new.
Well, clearly
story.
I'm actually paying attention this time.
But yeah, this is
See, look, it's Gerald. It's my boy. And all this text that, if you pause the screen, I'm sure is really interesting to read.
Well, some of it is just gibberish.
Yeah.
But there is some fully written stuff in this game. That's something this game gets a lot of praise from, like, the hardcore fans is, yeah, there's, like, fully written articles and stuff and, like, the texture files.
I won't praise it. I won't
cool.
praise it because you couldn't pause these cutscenes and read it back in the day.
No, I just like the effort that they went through to do it, you know?
Yeah,
They didn't have to write a full-fledged
I'm
article.
just salty. Yeah. I also didn't play this back in the day, so.
This, honestly, from the all of the last story segments in these early 3D Sonic games, this one is probably one of my favorites. I don't think it is my favorite, but it's one of my favorites because you get like the Cannon's Core stage. I really enjoy Cannon's Core, and then you get
look,
really
it's
good
old school
boss.
Shamar.
Yeah,
I said that really
it's
late,
Shamar
but I
before
just
it
thought it
got
was funny.
Pixarified. It's Shamar before it got Pixarified. This is actually the if you look at the lore, this is actually the game right before Sonic Unleashed. I'm fucking with everyone because the lore stuff is stupid, and I'm gonna say stupid stuff about it.
Well, wait,
But,
does
yeah,
the Sonic Unleashed reference anything from Shadow the Hedgehog?
No.
So,
Sonic
all
Unleashed
it
is
does
like
is probably reference Sonic Adventure 2. Because I know it asks questions about like the arc and such.
Does it?
Yeah, and like some of the trivia's. They'll ask like who's the ultimate life form. So obviously SA2 had to happen.
That's like kind of shitty of the game to do because it's like meant to be one of the things where it's like your first Sonic game. Like they definitely designed it.
It is a trivia in a side mode you do not have to touch whatsoever.
Yeah, but if you want to complete the game and you're a new player, how are you supposed to know who the fuck the ultimate life form is?
No game is perfect for beginners if it's a sequel, okay? Unless it's Guilty Gear Strive, as long as you don't touch the story mode.
Anyways, yeah, this shit is like really, really awesome for the finale of this game. You finally get
I
all
like
the
the finale.
shit
I
timed
can't
together.
give gripes.
Yeah. I just really like we've been complaining this whole time that like the hero side story, nothing really happened and you didn't know what was going on. The dark side story, you get a lot more of it, and then like this final story segment, I think it just kind of nails the story. It kind of like brings it all home for me. I really enjoy how it all comes together in this last act of the game.
Amy looks so sad. Just everyone
She's
else was just
concerned.
like just really intently focused, and she's just like, "Oh no, I'm so sad."
It's
just funny.
A lot of the characters don't emote very well in this game.
They kind of do in Heroes, just because their really exaggerated bodies are kind of like Power Rangers, and it fits with the voice lines. So like it works in Heroes, but not this game.
Yeah, you can tell with Heroes they were struggling making those like hand animated cutscenes for the first time.
Yeah, but
like,
they look goofy and fun.
They're very jittery and they're awesome. I like them.
The FMVs are good though.
Yeah, they are. I like them. But this is such like a really fucking cool sequence because we've been hearing about Gerald Robotnik throughout this whole fucking game from Eggman and how he did all this crazy stuff and he's gone now for some reason. And come to find out, he got gunned down by the government. And he has set this fucking plan in motion to destroy the whole world because they killed his granddaughter.
I really like the stuff they've added to him to like show how good of a person he was before this to add to the tragedy. My only complaint is they kind of need to show more of him after the tragedy, I feel. Because we only have this game, which is a lot older, and doesn't really show much Gerald. So, like, you mostly just see him as a good person.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be a better balance with it to really sell that he is the most tragic character in all of Sonic.
I don't know how they would do it, because, like, I feel like Shadow Gens would have been the game where they could do it, but now they kind of missed the opportunity to. I want to see, like, Gerald's descent into madness. Because, like, obviously, I don't think he, like, just snapped and was immediately, like... well, this is my interpretation. I don't think he instantly snapped and was like, I'm going to blow up the planet. You know, I feel like he spent some time in prison, and he let it spiral, and while he was working on the new Shadow, because they were making him do that, I guess.
Since we're already going fanfiction territory, you know what would have been amazing?
What?
If they had 2 Geralds in Shadow Gens. One good, one evil. And Shadow kind of has to deal with both.
Points in time.
Kind of has to really come to terms with, yeah, the Gerald I knew really did become evil and change my memories. Because that's kind of a really messed up thing to do.
Yeah. Or, I mean, like, they kind of arbitrarily pull Gerald and Maria from before the Arc incident for Shadow Gens, because they arbitrarily pulled them from a point in time before the gun raid, because they obviously wanted to have these heartfelt moments with the characters.
Yeah, it's just that for Black Doom being there running, you know, all the stuff, like, he should have pulled the dark moments out. You know, that was an aspect of Shadow I was kind of enjoying. I just didn't think they did enough with it in the story of that game, you know.
I think it just would have been more interesting if they pulled them from a point in time that was, like, right before their death instead. Because then you'd have Maria, who still has this very high opinion of her grandfather, but you'd have Gerald, who is, like, fallen from grace.
Yeah.
And I think that dynamic could have been way more interesting. But
yeah, I mean, it would have been cool stuff, but I think I'm just kind of happiest that at least they brought him back, did what they could with him. Like, I understand they're not going to go the full dark territory we would want, getting really melodramatic about it. But I like the middle ground that they kind of came up with.
Yeah. And like we talked about before,
yeah, Gerald's diary also really helps.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is wonderful.
It also just helps. We've praised it a million times. Shadow Gens is just like the best Sonic story in a very, very long time.
Oh, for sure.
By like miles. You know.
Since Unleashed, though, you may disagree.
I would say Black Knight, but you know.
Oh, okay. You didn't need that.
Nah,
you worried me
I'm
there
speed
for a
running.
We are watching the footage, people. We are watching.
We're paying attention. Yeah, this is canon score. I really like this idea of like all the different playable characters throughout the game. They're coming to terms with their differences and working together for the greater good. And you get to actually play that. It's like what we were talking about before, where a lot of the stages in this game are like actively about what's going on in the story. Like there isn't this weird separation of the story and the gameplay in this game. It's
unless your Tails where you chase the president down, but then Sonic actually chases the president for you.
Yeah, Sonic's just there because he's fast. But yeah, I can agree that's a weird point. Where it's like you're playing as Tails to chase down the president, but then Sonic's also there. See, but Sonic's always where he needs... Well, that platform you can only stand on when time is frozen. So you have to get there quick. it falls if you.
I have not played this level in forever, which is why I'm not trying to say many opinions on it. Because I've never liked this level, but I feel like I'd appreciate it more now.
I think it's good. Like I said,
it was just really hard.
Like
so
yeah. See, I really, really miss the like really, really challenging final levels in Sonic games.
I mean, same here. I just like Eggman Land more.
Well, yeah, Eggman Land is clearly the peak of that idea, but you know, I still like this.
Yeah, Heroes didn't really have one, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck! Rest in peace. I replayed the whole stage just so I could keep my score, by the way.
There we go. That's what I was expecting to see.
See, but at least I actually showed myself failing.
I'll take it.
If it were another Sonic game, I might not do that. This section's a little funky.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for like final levels in Sonic games, like the 3D Sonic, or I guess Sonic in general, other than Eggman Land, what are your favorites?
Huh?
For like final levels in 3D Sonic, well, Sonic in general,
favorites?
but like the big other than Eggman Land.
For sure, Final Fortress. I know I said it wasn't really a hard one, but I really, really like the level. I think Final Fortress is so cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't give this one to Shadow Gens. I like Radical Highway, but because you saw it multiple times in the game, it kind of hurt it for me, seeing that final level.
Yeah.
Even if it is excellent. Even if it is excellently designed and a masterclass in that game's design philosophy.
Yeah, the Radical Highway and Shadow Gens is really just like a really good boost level, but it doesn't really feel like final level, like Eggman Land kind of territory.
One final level that I think is perfect, especially for that game and all of its design philosophies, is Night Palace for Secret Rings.
Yeah.
I think that is a perfect final level for everything that game tries to do, and also the atmosphere. Dynamic camera angles, the spectacle, yeah, the music. Oh, I love Night Palace so
I can't wait till we get the Secret Rings.
I haven't played that stage since I was like 10.
It's really good. It's better.
Because I haven't gotten past Pirate Storm anytime I replay Secret Rings. Because I play it for a while and then just play something else.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to give mention.
I need to play it again.
I would like to give mention to the final stage of Shadow the Hedgehog. I want to say it's called the Doom, but it's not. I know it's not because that's one of the Arc levels. Yeah. I forget what it's called, but the Black Arms Comet final stage for Shadow the Hedgehog.
I do remember that one. I actually remember liking that one a lot.
Yeah, it's like the whole objective of it. How am I missing? But the whole objective of it is to like try and build up chaos control to get past these like gates. And it's actually a unique use of chaos control in that game that isn't just skip the level button. So I kind of like it. And then, of course, we got to bring up the end, or the end of the world, I guess is what it's called.
I don't think I like that one, but it is a cool one, I guess.
Yeah. It's
because
cool,
I have so much
like
trauma from that level.
I think I would like it if it wasn't in the broken ass 06 engine.
The day I play it in P06, I'm sure my opinion will change.
Yeah, because it's like another one of these where all the characters you played as are coming together to do something.
Yeah,
get all
too bad you don't get
emblems.
anything for Sonic specifically, but he gets more levels, so it's whatever.
Yeah, you don't get anything for Sonic because he's dead, and you don't get anything for Blaze because she's dead. So
she was erased from one timeline so she could exist in another. And that's the timeline where Sonic Rush is actually canon, because that's the only way any of it makes sense. Because Rush happens before 06.
Yeah, she like gets sent to another dimension and back in time. And she loses her memory.
So
06, because obviously.
Rush actually takes place in the timeline at the end of 06, but still before 06, technically.
Yeah.
You can learn more about this in my hopeful video.
Also, I want to say this section with Sonic and Canon's Core, I love it aesthetically. I kind of wish we got a full stage based on it.
I completely forgot this existed.
It's like the lead up into the fake Emerald altar.
Yeah, I figured that out. I just don't remember any of that. What the hell? That was so weird.
Yeah, and that's like we were talking about before, how like the levels are made in tandem.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't actually know if I fully restarted the stage or not. I would have to look at the scores, but yeah, like that's another thing that I really fucking appreciate about this. It's something that Sonic Forces actually has a little bit of, weirdly enough. Like the stage integration with the story, like you actually start in one place and you end where you're gonna be in like the next cutscene or where the next boss is. I love how she's like looking at him in the cutscene as well. I definitely don't think that was intentional, but she kind of looks like she's looking at him.
The big Easter eggs are just so funny. I love them.
And this, we're going to talk about Amy for a little bit because this is her big scene in this game. This is the kind of shit that shows that she's more than just a fucking annoying person that yells and is in love with Sonic. And I like this. This is like her big thing, is sharing her love, and like they really want to establish that as her thing in the new games, and that's great. But it's always been a part of her character. It's not like anything new.
I mean, they have to reestablish. They have to reestablish every character's big trait because reasons. So at least it's consistent with every other character, including Shadow. You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Also, Shadow's theme is awesome.
We'll get to it. Is.
I just wanted to say it again because I love it.
It is cool that like we get to see the actual memory of what happened, or the supposed actual memory. We don't actually know anything of what is real. And if we just look at this game by itself, we don't know anything of what is fucking real in Shadow's own mind. And I like that as a storytelling technique. Because, yeah. But that is something that we see about Shadow's character in this game, is that he really doesn't seem to have any will of his own. It's just what he thinks Maria wants is what drives him entirely in this game. And that kind of leads into the arc in Shadow the Hedgehog, where he just is like, I'm tired of being used for the will of others, so I'm gonna do my own thing now. And
I know I'm late for this. I just want to say, Maria, you smelt it, therefore you dealt it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We were doing so good. We were doing so good. Also, I feel like this cutscene randomly just has higher quality animation than a lot of the rest of them for some reason.
Probably because they had to make all these fancy, transparent PNG holograms everywhere.
Which I love.
So they were like, if we're gonna put in this much effort, we gotta do that too.
I love that the aesthetic of like the Gerald like Doomsday video.
Knuckles, I can't take you seriously right now.
Shadow, he's gonna help us. That's a surprise.
The Bio Lizard has a sick design. No one ever really talks about that. Like this is peak 2000s bio or
biomechanical.
Like, yeah, biomechanical. I was gonna say bioorganic. I'm like, wait, no, that's not it. That's Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, biomechanical.
Yeah,
like this is cool.
I agree. I think the Bio Lizard is really, like, I know it's not technically a god monster in Sonic, but it may as well be, and I think in terms of those, I think it's underrated for the Sonic series as like the big
because it really only has
monster.
This scene, and the final hazard itself kind of sucks.
Yeah, But like other god monsters,
Like I like
that
this.
exist,
I like the music. I just don't like the final hazard. And because they're so little, like he's basically got the same screen presence as King Boom Boom. It's just that he actually at least has a cutscene, unlike King Boom Boom.
Well, he's also teased on that article that we were talking about earlier.
So slightly more screen presence than King Boom Boom, but you see my point.
Well, yeah, but like really the only.
Thankfully, it helps that there's been a ton of media since that references it, like Shadow Generations, Sonic Generations 3DS, Sonic X. So I think that helps its reputation a lot.
But counterpoint, the only like god monster that you see for more than the final boss is Chaos. You don't see Solaris for any more than the final boss. You see Iblis and Mephiles separately, which I guess you could count, but I don't. And then Dark Gaia is only in the, like you see him like once at the beginning, and then it's just the little Dark Gaia monsters for the rest of the game until you actually see Dark Gaia himself at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
I will also say I think this is probably the best standard character Sonic boss fight in 3D since until Sonic or Shadow Generations. Without like any gimmicks, because like Perfect Chaos is a stage. The Darkspine Sonic and Excalibur Sonic fights, you know, they all have any Super Sonic fight obviously all adds flying gimmicks and they feel different. As like a standard fight where you're unsuper powered and just playing as a normal speed character, I think this is probably one of the best boss fights. Until Shadow Generations, which I would say holds up to this.
I would say I would agree, but I would say some of the bosses in Sonic Generations are also as good.
I don't really count Perfect Chaos because I think it's a gimmick.
Well, I was
too much of a
not
gimmick.
considering Perfect Chaos because you already said you didn't count him. I would say the Death Egg robot fight in that game is pretty good. The Big Arm fight on 3DS
Sonic
is pretty
fight.
good. It's a standard on, like you said, just standard speed character. Is that not classic Sonic?
I'm talking about 3D stuff.
Oh no, I'm orbiting.
Ugh. What in the heroes?
Okay. Okay, well then I would say like the rival fight with Shadow, the rival fight with Silver. Yeah, they're pretty good. And fuck you, I do count Chaos in Generations.
It's not a boss fight.
It is. You have to hit him. You're just doing a lot more in between the hits. That's why I like
You
it.
ugly sample, I like that.
Yeah. They finally like even in the original Sonic Adventure 2, he calls him the ugly prototype or whatever.
Alright,
finally
that's mostly the same.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I like how Shadow refers to him as that. But in Shadow Generations, he says he says something a lot more like poetic sounding. He's like, "You tormented soul, I will put you out of your misery."
Oh yeah, that I love.
In the Japanese version of Shadow Gens, he still calls him ugly.
I think I prefer the English there.
I don't, because it's not consistent with how Shadow views this creature.
Well, that's what I like about it. It shows that he's grown, so he has a different light on the creature after the events, you know, that kind of really changed his life in Shadow the Hedgehog and such. You know, I like to think he's a little bit of a different person.
Yeah, but the Ian Flynn Shadow is considered to be just SA2 Shadow, but you know, because he's regained all of his memories and shit. So he's kind of just the same character in Ian Flynn's point of view. So it's a little bit of an inconsistency with his own point of view on the character, I would say.
What? Okay, I am Knuckles right now. I am Knuckles right now. That is me right now.
Oh, hey guys, look, it's the thumbnail of this video coming up.
Yay! Who could have guessed that?
Yeah. Man, I missed
this
Tan
cutscene's
Island
hype.
Sonic.
This cutscene's hype.
It is.
I
don't
people
care that
meme
they
on
look
it,
like
but I
they're
love
jerking
it.
off. They definitely look like they're jerking off, but I don't care. This is like one of the coolest super transformation sequences in the series.
The SA1 and SA2 supersonic design that's also used in Sonic Advance 1. That is my favorite supersonic design.
With where his spines are not like fully upward like the modern.
Yeah, they have like a
yeah.
unique design to it. It's so cool. I love it. I feel like they changed it though, so he looks a little different from Shadow's design. I'm like, I guess I get it, but we don't have enough Shadow.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a Super Shadow since 06.
I will say I do like how Supersonic looks in X.
Because yeah, they basically have the same design, so Shadow just kept this one.
Yeah. But in X, they actually, like, if you look at, like, the character design sheets and stuff, and it's very consistent with how they're animated in the actual series, they purposefully give Supersonic different characteristics from Shadow, and they point it out. Like, Supersonic's eye shape is supposed to be a little softer than Shadow's very angular eyes. And that's how it is in most of the artwork for Supersonic during this time. It's just that for some reason in this game, when they made the Supersonic model, they just copy-pasted Shadow's head. So he has the Shadow's exact same eye shape. So there's no real difference.
Can I get a mod for Sonic Frontiers that puts this Supersonic design in the Supersonic battles?
Oh, that's already a thing. That is absolutely already a thing.
I should probably get that. I don't care if it's not consistent with the cutscenes. I just love this design of Supersonic, and that would be so hype in front. Dude, I want to see Sonic do that snap in the Final Horizons boss fight in this model. I think that would be so sick.
Yeah. This version of Supersonic, this design for Supersonic is just... I just like it way better. I get why they changed it, but the new version of Supersonic looks even more like a Super Saiyan with how the hair is shaped.
I kind of like it in Unleashed. I think it's just a little too generic in Unleashed for me, but I like it enough. Heroes is the only one where I really like that design because of how blocky the models are, and I think it really stands out. I love the look of Supersonic in Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess Heroes is where it actually really started with that version of Supersonic. I think Supersonic looks great in 06 as well.
Yeah.
I think he looks really,
Shadow
really
and
good
Silver.
There. He looks like a fucking god in 06, and I really like that.
It's like the one reason to read the IDW comics, if you really, really dislike them, is it at least has Super Silver again.
Yeah. This fucker is not letting me hit him.
I don't like this battle. I don't like it at all.
It's too basic. Like, I like it, but it is a little too fucking basic.
It has the hype, and then you have to play it, and it's just not fun. Which is at least something Frontiers got down really well. And then you got something like... though I think I ultimately prefer what 06, Secret Rings, Black Knight, and Unleashed do, where the final boss battles are actually kind of hard. With Supersonic, so you have to actually play them and focus.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Rings especially, I love the final battle with Darkseid Sonic there. It's so cool.
I do generally like the end game boss to be a challenge. So, yeah, this one is not really a challenge because it's like a well-designed boss. It's more
tedious.
of a challenge because it's just really fucking hard to hit him because of those goddamn lasers that just bounce you back.
I mean, it is prototype Frontiers if you think about it.
No.
It is. It's bullet hell. It's got all the bullets and shit. You have to fly around them. It's kind of like Frontiers.
You are only dealing with like one bullet at a time.
That's why I said prototype. It's very basic, but it's there. It's the skeleton.
No, you're stupid. I'm right, as always. Fuck you. Also, Shadow's dead.
And he will never return.
And yeah, some people will argue this is where his story should have ended. I used to think that for a while. I kind of disagree now. Like, I mean, yeah, it probably would have stopped us from having the shitty Shadow from the Pontac Graph era and Boom Shadow, which is just a horrible character. But I don't think that justifies killing the character off entirely. And it's clear from like interviews with like Maikawa and stuff that they had always planned to bring Shadow back. It wasn't just because he was popular, like everyone said.
Frankly, like, even if I don't like the game and a lot of its story elements, I really like the story arc on paper of what they do with Shadow. I think it's a lot of fun to discuss and get into.
Yeah.
Between
And
Shadow, Heroes, and 06, and I'm glad we have that.
And had Maikawa stayed with the series, I do like the idea for like the direction he would have taken Shadow that he gave like after he left. It was basically just like a very Mega Man X Zero sort of storyline where Shadow would like after a while of working with like the government, he would like seal himself away till the world really needed him, and then like he'd wake up like in the future, and it'd be like a cool story with that.
Looks at Silver, he's like, "Oh, you're here." Goes back to sleep. Waits longer.
Yeah, waits another 100 years.
I kicked you in the face.
It's like that idea for Shadow is just really cool. Since he is immortal, we're never gonna like explore that as his part of his character, but he is immortal. So it would be cool to see him like in like a Silver spin-off that takes place in Silver's timeline or something.
I think the crux of what we're getting at is you need to live and learn. You have to open your heart, and all hail Shadow.
Hear the Sonic Youth, it's as easy as you want it to be. It's easy, it's easy. Hear the Sonic Youth.
That's not what I was thinking of, but thank you for that.
Like a Sonic hero or a Night in the Wind. Now you know what I made of. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog, or adios in the Japanese. Yeah, I fucking love the ending to
that
this
blew
game,
my mind when I
said,
heard
like,
that it was
a million
adios in
times.
the Japanese version.
Oh yeah, me too. I was like, but Sayonara is so cool. I really like both lines. And they keep it consistent every time the line. Well, actually, no. In Shadow the Hedgehog, he says goodbye forever, Shadow the Hedgehog, in the English version.
Well, that's because 4Kids can't give us anything we like, except for that one time they kind of did hit gold with Yu-Gi-Oh. That was it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was that. But like anytime it's referred to nowadays in English, it's always sayonara. In Japanese, it's always adios. I like that consistency. And this ending shot of the arc going behind the earth, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the final scene of this so much. All the characters, including Eggman, still kind of getting along for the time being and like being cordial.
It's the kind of thing where it's like, wow, this is a big event. Let's cool down a little bit. But as soon as this is over, we're back at it.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like the end of, an arc in an anime, which is what this entire game is trying to feel like, which I really like.
They all give a moment for Shadow, and then Sonic, of course, is already ready for the next adventure, so he's like, let's get the fuck home. I'm tired of being in space.
Our next adventure awaits us.
Yeah. I like that for Sonic. I like that he likes to adventure. And it really makes for a Sonic Adventure 2 battle. Yeah. I think this is definitely one of the better anniversary titles for Sonic.
Is it wild that this game is almost double as old as it was to the original game when it came out?
Yep. It's crazy.
I swear every single Sonic game nowadays is some kind of anniversary title as well.
It is. They are always planned around anniversaries nowadays. That's just how it is. Even Frontiers was supposed
the generations curse.
Frontiers was supposed to be a 2021 game, which was the anniversary year. And they do like this every fucking 5 years where it's like the new anniversary. Next year's the 35th anniversary. I wonder if Frontiers 2 is going to come out then. you know? So it's just everything's an anniversary game. And that's okay, I guess. But please stop using it as an excuse to bring Green Hill Zone back. I rest my case. Sonic Adventure 2 is good. Go play it. One of my favorite Sonic games. And yeah, I guess we'll see y'all for the next one.
We'll see you all in Heroes because you'll be there.
You will be there at Heroes. You better be.